Bonnie. Welcome back. So today I just want to play with some eyeshadow. I think I'm gonna focus on some singles, just do a look. I think I want to do like pink, since that's my favorite color, and then it'll go well with the purple, right? And I also have news stories to talk to you about. So I was looking at reading the news, and I happened upon a story that was about like a recent fashion show. I don't even know how I got to that story, but I did. So there was a fashion show, and you know how designers like to be like avant-garde and do like crazy stuff that like most of us would not wear out in public. It's more of a, you know, you're a model, high fashion, you're on the runway kind of thing, right? How do I want to do it? How does this go? Yeah, okay. So I was reading about how this designer, male designer, I don't know the brand, I don't know, I wasn't paying as much attention to those details. What I was sort of taken aback by was the fact that it was like, I think it was bathing suit wear. It was either bathing suit or lingerie. I'm leaning more towards bathing suit. And this designer decided to use like duct tape, like black duct tape as the outfit. So like the straps over the breasts, all that, right? Child, I was like, imagine if I was in this fashion show. I would never, right? No one was over a size like extra small. Like they didn't have any like average American woman size, and they also didn't have plus size, nothing. I mean, you have to have a certain body type for that tape to hold things up. I know some people are going to say, oh, what about boob tape? Boob tape is for a certain cup to a certain cup, okay? You cannot argue with me about that because I've had experiences, all right? But there is a tape that works for larger breasts, and I've used it. Well, I've tried it out. I haven't gone out the house with it because of the experience I'll tell you about. Excuse me, and it's from Juicy Body Goddess, and it's called Big Old Titty Tape. That big old titty tape works for those of us who have big old titties. Anyway, so I was just sort of thinking in my head, like, what if I was in this fashion show? Child, when I tell you, I was like, they're gonna have to be like, bring in like 50 more rolls of tape. Like, I'm sure in this fashion show, he probably used like across all, maybe like 15 models. He probably used like two rolls of tape. We would be in that dressing room for so long trying to tape my goodies, front, back, side, all of that. He would just be like, you know what, we ain't gonna have a show today. We're not gonna have one. Not only that, the bikinis were tiny. And you know what? They could not have had a strip of hair on their bodies. Everything has to be pulled out at the root. Because if not, dude, trying to take that tape off at night, I mean, you could put some like oil or some like Crisco or something and massage it in and hopefully pull it off. But still, something's gonna get snagged. Or maybe not, because they just had tiny pieces on it. And when I tell you tiny, it was tiny pieces of tape, okay? But I'm just, who else is like, we would be in there. They'd have to get enough tape that would be appropriate for like an entire mummy. I'm not saying I don't want to be like, I'm not saying I want to be covered up like that. I'm just saying measure how much that is, maybe double it, and then we could probably make like a top and a bottom for me. When I saw those little strips of black tape, I was like, so yes, it did remind me of my experiences with boob tape. Have you used it? I think most of us have like tried it out a little bit. Now, you know, as you get older, your boobs hang lower, they wobble to and fro. You can tie them in a knot, you can tie them in a bow, you can throw them over your shoulder like a continental soldier, and your boobs will hang low. So when I was a little younger and had a little less, not a whole bunch, but a little less boobage, it'd be fine, right? Like in the little strapless dresses and stuff, I could find like a little strapless bra that I could shove them into. But I think it was last summer, I found myself saying, you know what, I want to wear some different things. Let me go ahead and give me some boob tape. And then I saw that they actually have boob tape that is for like my complexion, and I'm like, I'm winning, okay? So I think I got, it was from a company, I don't even know. Like, you can get it now, I think it's more readily available. It was some company, right? And I was just excited that they had like my skin tone, deeper, everything. So I'm like, let me try this boob tape out. Child. Like, I ran through a whole roll, and wasn't nothing. No. It didn't do anything. Not a daggone thing. So I was like, okay, I'm going to research it a little bit more. All right? And that's when I happened upon Juicy Body Goddess and their big old titty tape. So I'm like, bet. She showed, like, the big old titty tape, it's wider, right? So it gives you more tape going this way, and it's super strong. So, like, if you have larger breasts, like, you need a little bit of like, not circumference, this. You need a little surface area. You need a little bit more of that. Hold on, I'm hot trying to explain this to you. Put the fan on. You need a little bit more. So I was like, this is great. Also, they had a video and it shows you, you know, how to do things. And I'm going to just tell you right now, I feel like it's a two-person job. So you have to go ahead and make sure everything is dry. You don't want it to be all sweaty and gross. So I have the air conditioner on, I have the fan on, and I'm like, I'm about to go in this bedroom, about to put this on, and we about to go out and have a good time. Child. So first of all, they were like, you got to cut, there are a couple ways you can do it, right? You got to cut the strips or whatever. You got to lift the breast is what they say and put it right under there and just like heave it across. I don't know if, child, I just, first of all, I think it's a two-person job, because for me, one person needs to hold the breast and the other person needs to put the tape on, okay? Because me trying to hold it, put the tape on, and it was going like across, so then it was like smushing the boob, and then I was like, well, let me put one over here so it can go across this way so it looks like I have a cone. But I was like, I'm going to keep on going. Because they were like, just continue to put, you know, make sure you have coverage and, you know, you don't have any spillage. I'm lying down. I'm like laying down on the bed because I thought maybe that would make it easier. Mind you, I'm just working on the right breast. We haven't even gotten over to the left, okay? Y'all, I used, and this is my fault. This is user error. When I tell you I used an entire roll of that big titty tape and barely covered one titty, I used the entire roll, girl. I looked like I don't even know. I don't even know. Like at this point, it was like you might as well just wear a regular bra and just let everything peek, like let the straps and stuff peek through, because it's not going to work for you. Or just pull the straps down a little bit. Because when I tell you, first of all, when I got up, when I got up off the bed, I was just so hot and sweaty. You would have thought that I had just run a lot of bit. And like at this point, I'm like, it don't even, I'm not putting nothing else on. I'm not putting nothing else on. But I wanted to try it out, so I put a little dress on top and I went in the mirror. There's a huge difference. Like this one was like, okay, girl. And then this one was, you know, it was like this. And I was like, it works. I'm like texting my family pictures. I'm like, y'all, get you some of this tape. It's gonna be like a couple people gonna have to help you, but it's good, okay? So I'm going to get more of the big titty tape because I think it's good. I think it's really, really good. The level of titty, though, I think it's gonna dictate whether or not you're gonna have like positive results. I might just need to go down to North Carolina where the shop is and just be like, I need you to go ahead and just take me up real quick, and I'm gonna just drive back to DC and go about my business. Cause child, the trials and tribulations I went through to not even end up wearing a daggone thing, it wasn't bad tearing it off though. Like, it wasn't bad. And the whole time, Rose was sitting there looking at me like, this is not going to end well. So yeah, I thought it was real interesting. I thought it was real interesting that he decided to use tape, you know, as a mode of like fashion. It makes me think of when they used to have like the ladies painted in like just stuff painted on them at like the Playboy Mansion or whatever the F. But now we using tape. Ooh, God, you would have to be waxed, plucked. Don't come in here with not one hair on your body. Take it all off is what they would have to say. That's some serious, cause no, oh God, no. I can't even imagine. Who, like, all up and through has to be waxed. Cause child, trying to put that on your labia is gonna be, You better make sure, like, you need to, like, I don't even know how you go. I guess you're gonna have to do it the day before. Like, I don't even know. Those girls had to be hurting later on. There ain't no way. They had to be hurting. I refuse to believe they weren't. But enough of my silly shenanigans. Let me tell you about this couple in Provo, Utah. What are their names? Alex and Lydia. What is it? Let me get their last name. I think it was like Kessinger. Yeah, Alex and Lydia Kessinger. Now, I couldn't find the age of these two, and I don't want to know. I'm just going to pretend that they are in their 20s, because if they're anywhere over 25 or 26, because at that point, your frontal lobe has developed. If they are anywhere over that, no. I refuse. I refuse to believe it. They can't be over that, okay? No. I'm just going to say that maybe they're just not there yet in terms of their frontal lobe, where you make, like, decisions about things. I don't want it to be developed just yet, so that I can just... So, Alex and Lydia. I don't know why I want to call this man Kyle. Who is Kyle? Alex and Lydia, they're about to get married, right? So the day before, you have to, like, run the last little bit of errands, make sure everything's okay. I would suggest, like, chilling, But they had to pick up their new mattress. Actually, I don't even know if it's new. The story makes me think it's not. The story makes me think that they just, like, somebody was like, hey, y'all, I have an extra mattress, so, like, happy wedding. And it's a king-size mattress, so I'm guessing that they are upgrading, right? I don't know. Maybe they had a full. Maybe they had a queen. Maybe they had 2 twins. Whatever it is, they were going to get their new well, maybe it's previously owned, which is fine, kind of. So, I want something darker here. Let's see what I have. So, Alex and Lydia in Provo, Utah, they decide that they are gonna go get that mattress, king size mattress. So they get there. I guess they don't have any movers or anything, which is understandable. Movers are expensive. Like, I remember, anyway. But child, that's a whole story. But some places charge by the box. This So they go and they're like, okay, let's figure out the most direct, like easiest way to get this mattress to the house. Now they're in a truck. Again, we don't know what kind of truck, but I have a guess. I feel like so many stories start out with people having an F-150. Like any true crime show, F-150. So I'm thinking that's what they have, right? Just a little Ford truck with like what is that, a flatbed? I don't know. But it's a truck. It's not a van. It's not a sedan. It's a truck. Not an SUV, okay? None of those things. I love how they're just blowing leaves right now. Anyway, so Alex and Lydia are like, okay, so we're gonna put the mattress on the truck bed. And then Lydia, you're going to go ahead and you're gonna like lay on top of it. I'm not kidding. This is what they did, okay? I'm not making this part up. I'm not making any of it up. The only thing I'm making up is maybe the inner dialogue that they're having with themselves, and maybe even the dialogue that they're having with each other. So they decide, bet, put the mattress, a king-size mattress, go ahead and put it in the truck. And Lydia, go and get on top of that, girl. Just hold it down. I don't know how far their abode was. I'm guessing, you know what? I'm not gonna guess. Because I'm not gonna entertain that level of foolishness. But Alex, I don't know why I want to call this man Kyle. Who is Kyle? I don't know who Kyle is. Maybe I used to know a Kyle that was foolish, or maybe I just need to call people who are foolish Kyle, you know? Anyway, so Kyle gets in the driver's seat. Lydia's on top of the mattress, and Kyle proceeds to drive at 50 miles an hour. There are some areas in DC where it's like, don't go over 50, like stay at a cool 45, 50, right? So it's not a slow progression. It's a pretty good clip, right? Not as high as like the freeway and such. That's what we call it. We call it a freeway. Hold on, let me let these people go ahead and blow these leaves. I'll be right. Where was I before I was just rudely interrupted by people helping me out by doing the landscaping? I think I was telling you about Alex and Lydia, right? Oh yeah, and Lydia is on top of the mattress. Alex is going 50 miles an hour. The mattress and Lydia fall off the truck. Right off the truck into the middle of the road. None of us are surprised, but I'm guessing these two were. So Lydia and the mattress hit the ground. She manages to like stop, drop, and roll off the mattress, and so she gets herself out of the way of traffic. Now, Lydia says she doesn't remember anything up until the fall. She just remember herself screaming and rolling. And Alex is driving, and he looks in his rear view, and he's like, the mattress is gone, and Lydia is gone, and he sees her just like rolling, and he's like, oh, I think she might be dead. You think? Lydia's fine. Well, physically, she's got some cuts and bruises. Mentally, for both of them, I can't say that they're fine. I'm not comfortable with that. So, what shade did I even use? I'm just discombobulated because of these two fools. So, go to the hospital. She's got like cuts, bruises, scrapes, and road rash, road burn, whatever. And there are pictures of all of this because, you know, if you don't take pictures, it didn't happen. And her 2 front teeth were knocked clean out. This is the day before their wedding, okay? And Initially, I was like, these two fools don't need to get married to one another, but actually they do, because they just need to take they need to take each other off the market. Because the two of y'all decided that this was a good idea. So they still go through with the wedding. And I'm like, you know what? Understood. Because, like, what shade do I want to use? You probably already paid for everything. You know, probably like the church, the minister, the reception hall. You probably already paid for it, so. And they're like, let me see what they said. They said, a lot of people were able to overlook the stupidity, so at least they're able to evaluate after the fact and really come and support both of us in the time when we needed it. I don't know the time. I feel like, unfortunately, like, these people weren't supporting you before, because I'm not quite sure who raised you? Like, how did we get here? Who raised you and helped get you to the point, both y'all, of where you thought that this was a perfectly good idea? This woman now is cut all up and she's missing 2 front teeth. I don't know. She's not smiling in the picture, so I can't say whether or not that was like remedied in some way. I mean, it seems like they look really nice, like together dancing. But I feel like if I was invited to that wedding, I wouldn't be. I wouldn't be, because I couldn't be friends with these people. I refuse to be friends with anyone who thinks that this is a good idea. Now, that's why I'm hoping that they are like 24 and a half and below. Because if their brains, their frontal lobes have fully developed, something's just not right. Something's not right, okay? Something is not right. And they fully deserve one another. Two fools go together. Because don't nobody else need to be involved with any of these people. Oh, the best part, let me tell you why they're telling the story. We wanted to tell the story because we want to warn others about properly and safely securing items to vehicles. Raise your hand if you need to be warned about that. I don't need that warning. I don't need that warning. Like, nope. And that's why I'm wondering, did they just purchase this from someone? Because with the mattress warehouse, mattress firm, whatever, would they be, I don't know, maybe they're like, once you have purchased it, we have no liability. So maybe no one was like, hey, how y'all gonna get that home? I don't know. That just don't. The whole situation doesn't seem like anybody has one brain cell that is working. Not even one. Not one. You know what? What happened to the mattress? What happened to the mattress? I really wish I knew that part. I wonder what happened to the mattress. Listen, if it was like a good mattress and it stood the test of time and the test of road like contact, that would be such a good commercial and a good advertisement for whatever company made that mattress. What's up, girl? Come on. What? Come on. What's up? What are you whining? let me tell you about your friend Rose. There's other stories, but we'll do that another time. So the other day, I get home. Okay, hold on. I went to my office, right? I think I've said this before. Now, parking is atrocious, and there is a parking lot right across from my office building. Now, I used to have a parking pass, a monthly pass, but that's when I was going in like every day. But since all the stuff over the past couple of years, I'm doing some telehealth, some in person. So it doesn't quite yet make sense to have a monthly pass given the number of days I'm going in. But if you get into the garage before 9:30, it is $12. 9:31 is $21. So I'm getting in there before 9:30, right? She left. I'm getting in there before 9:30. Now, the parking attendant like knows me, okay? I drive in, he's like, what time you coming out today? Blah, blah, blah. We figure it out. And apparently, I don't think he trusts my parking skills. I can park, okay? I learned how to drive in LA. Maybe that doesn't mean anything. But the garages in DC are weird. They're real small and they're underground, right? And so a lot of times he's just like, okay, pull right there, give me your key. And, you know, because they have to move stuff around sometimes. So I'm like, bet, here you go. So the other day, was that the day I was there late? I don't even remember. No, like one day I'm done. I'm there from like early in the morning to maybe about 2 or 3, and the other day I'm there until like 6 or 7. So I think it was the earlier day. And I have a card that I use for paying for parking. It's my business card. Like I have, anyway, this card in particular is connected to like PayPal. But PayPal changed their policies, and now you have to put money on the card rather than it just being connected to your account. So like I said, right, it was, no, this is a later day. This is a later day. So it was $21. I checked the card balance. I have 18. I'm not going to be able to get out. So I'm like, whatever. Let me just go ahead and use my own personal card or whatever. I get my wallet. I'm like, wow, my wallet feels light. Open it up. Ain't no cards in there. Ain't no cards in there. And I'm sitting there like at the arm of the thing where I'm supposed to pay. And like, no. Finally, let's see, one card in there. One personal card. I'm like, oh, praise Jesus. And I'm able to get out. And I'm like, where's my stuff? Where's my stuff? I'm searching in my bag. It's a big old bag. So I'm like, it's got to be in here. No, it's not in there. I get home and I'm like, where is it? It's not on the table. It's not in my bag that I take to yoga. It's not in the yoga bag with the mat. It's not at the side of the seat in the car. It's not under the couch cushions. Mind you, this is my like personal card, business card, license. So I'm thinking I'm gonna get home and chill, have something to eat, relax. I can't find my card. And so you can lock your card at your bank or whatever. So I'm like, let me lock the card. I don't need nobody trying to come in here and mess with my money. Let me lock the card. If anything, I can get a new license, even though I just renewed it like last month or something. I can get a new license, like no big deal, blah, blah, blah. But I am sitting here stressing. And when I tell you, I've looked through everything. And then I'm like, maybe it's back at the office. But I'm not about to drive back to DC. So I cannot find it. I can't find it anywhere. And I send an email to the yoga studio. It was a real like brusque like email. I was like, hi, did y'all find my card? And I'm just like, I'm in a tizzy. I'm telling G, I can't find my cards. And I'm telling Erica and Jan, no, Jan's asleep. So Erica said, because I got to tell you the card thing before I go back to Rose. Erica was like, is it in the purse you took when you went out to dinner with your friends? Well, I'm like, no. But then I remembered there was like a little Coach wallet bag thing. And I remember seeing it on the floor. I don't know why it's on the floor. And I remember I had gone to have breakfast with G and I put the cards in there. So I go find that. There are all of my cards. So now they go back in the wallet. But as I was running back and forth in and out the house, right? Now there's the regular door, the main door, and then there's the storm door or whatever. Do you guys have those? So I had replaced mine maybe sometime last year because the old one, it was old. It had been there since like 2017. And one pane of the glass had dropped out and hit somebody in the head. It wasn't hard. They're fine. So I was like, so I need a new door. Because it did make sense to just get the pane of glass fixed. I was like, it's time for a new door. Let me upgrade it. So I went ahead and I splurged, okay, on this door. And it would like, it's full glass because I was like, well, when Rose likes to stare out the door, like she would have to be on her hind legs, but I'm not, like, now she could just sit because it's top to bottom glass. So I don't know if some of you remember that time Rose escaped. I'll back up and tell you that one. So every day during the pandemic, every day I was working, I dressed for work as if I was going into my office. One day I was like, why am I gonna do that? Ain't nobody gonna see me. Let me just throw this little dress on. When I say little, it's a little dress, okay? L-I-L, it's little. And it doesn't cover much beyond like the crease of my thigh and like, you know, that thigh crease, your leg and your thigh. It doesn't cover much beyond that. I'm like, it's okay, I'm gonna be sitting right here. Nobody's gonna see. Cut to, and I'm it was either a client or a supervisee. Cut to Rose busting through the window, through the screen, just boom. And I don't think it was my supervisee. My supervisee was like, was that Rose? And I throw down my AirPods or whatever, and I run out the house. Now you can see all of this on the camera, the doorbell camera. I run out the house. At some point I realize everything is not covered. So in the video you see me run back to the house, and then I'm like, I don't have time for that. So then I just run back towards the sidewalk, and I don't have shoes on. So I run back to the house, and in the midst of doing that, I'm like, I don't have time for this. So I'm running down the street. Rose, where are you? Anxiety, sweat, and I'm like, am I gonna have to call the fire department to find this cat? Like, she ain't never been outside like this. And so I hear her like crying, and I'm like looking up in the trees. Literally my thought was like, I can't climb a tree. Why is that your point right now? So I find her. She's in like a flower pot on the neighbor's porch. So I grab her, I bring her inside. She acts like nothing happened. And she was in like this state of like, you know, when you're crying and you don't know where you are, what you're doing. And I'm like, Rose, it's me, like letting her sniff my hand. And she doesn't like being picked up, so I'm just trying to be like real gentle. So I grab her, you know, anyway, we get inside. So ever since then, Rose hasn't really been trying to step outside. But except Mama Shani, she's like, you need to get her to go outside. I'm like, Mommy, this is not the Caribbean. Like, I'm like, she don't need to go outside. She's not an outside cat. She's an inside cat. But, you know, sometimes I would, like, go throw out the trash. Or I need to do the rest of my makeup, don't I? Throw out the trash or whatever, and Rose will, like, sit at the door, full glass door, and just sort of look at what I'm doing, right? And there was once where I was like, come on, Rose. Come outside, come on. And she did. She stepped like a paw out. Stepped like one paw. Because I think we both were traumatized after her initial Houdini. So most of the time when I go throw out the trash or go check the mail or whatever, you know, she'll just sit by the door, and when I'm coming back, she'll back away and, you know, I'll come in. And sometimes I just leave the main door open and the storm door like locked, and she could sit there and get herself some sun and, you know, just look at all, you know, she's the neighborhood watch. But on the day that I was looking for my cards, I'm real like discombobulated. I'm anxious. I'm like, what am I gonna do? All that jazz. So I'm going back and forth. I go to the mailbox because I'm like, maybe somebody, this is before I found it, obviously. Maybe somebody like found it and put it in the mailbox or mailed it to me. I don't know, you know. So I'm coming back inside the house. I open the storm door, and this little girl runs outside. I was like, Rose, this is not the time nor the place. Like, I'm not here for it right now. So she's just right by the door. I don't know what she was waiting for, who was calling her outside. I don't know what friend was like, hey girl, can your mama, ask your mama if you can come outside. I don't know, okay? I don't know. But she bolts out, and I am not here for it today. Like, I have on like a house dress with no bra, nothing on underneath. And I'm like, I'm not gonna be chasing after her this time. This time, y'all know I would chase after her. I don't have the energy. And so she's just like, if she about to sneak out the house. And I was like, Rose, get back inside. And she just sniffing at stuff. And I was like, if you don't get your ass inside this house. I went into full-on black mama mode. And she scurried her little behind back in. So, of course, she got a little lecture. I'm like, I don't know, what you think you doing going up outside? I was like, I think I was telling the story to Erica. I was like, you all know them people out there, a turkey vulture can come and just snatch you up. And then what we gonna do? All these dogs, I was going off like the girl could understand. And I'm just like, I'm stressed right now. I can't find these cards. And you out here acting like you don't have no home training. You would have thought she was a human, child. So Rose liked to talk back. So she's doing her little, I'm like, you on punishment. You on punishment. So she was on punishment for like a day. Now, her punishment, sometimes it's like, she has a timeout spot. Sometimes she has to go there. Or sometimes it's just like, you know, you have to sleep in one of your other 12,000 beds. You can't sleep in this one right here for just like a day. So she knew she was on punishment. Because then like a day later, she's just like trying to creep up and rub on me. This is my life, you know. Anyway. I don't know why I felt the need to tell you that, because I was going to tell you a different story. Okay, let me tell you one more story. I'm going to tell you one more story and I'm going to wrap this up because we've been here for a while, right? Now, in Tokyo, there's a man named Mori, M-O-R-I, in Tokyo. Mori has been wanting to open a cafe for some time, right? And he went ahead and did it once, you know, during the pandemic or like right after. The special thing about this cafe, like there are a lot of themed cafes in Tokyo. The special thing about this one is it caters to negative people and pessimists. So basically, anybody who's like, it's either like the glass is half full or there ain't no glass at all. Those people. Or is the glass is half empty? There ain't no glass for these people. Glass of water, there's no water in it. There's no glass. Okay, so he decided that negative people, pessimists, they're just misunderstood. They're actually very sensitive. You know, they might be hurt easily by others. I don't know how he knows this, but I think he is a negative person. And I'm not saying that as an insult. He self-describes as a gloomy person. I don't know the difference between negative, pessimistic, gloomy. I remember in grad school, I would say I'm not a pessimist, I'm a realist. Anyway. Now, Maury's cafe, it sounds like it's real nice. Like it features a rustic woodland decor, which he apparently like did himself. And there are private rooms that people can get, like if they don't want other folks staring at them, you know, while they just enjoy themselves. You just don't have to worry about it. Now, it's a cafe that they sell drinks. I don't know if it's alcoholic drinks or just like irregular like chai lattes, things like that. But Maury doesn't have like regular names for these products. I'm gonna read you I'm gonna read you the names of some of these drinks. I'm gonna start right now. The only good thing about my dad was that he was an earnest person, but 22 years ago he suddenly disappeared, leaving behind a letter that said, "Pegasuses are real." That's the name of a drink. Here's the next name. I'm gonna read it right now. Yesterday, I buried the cursed Kokoshi doll deep in the mountain forest, but when I woke up this morning, it was back on my shelf. That's a drink name. And last one, let me tell you this one. On my birthday, my mom sent me a melon from the countryside, and I didn't have the heart to tell her that I don't really like melon very much anymore. That's an example of the names. I'm not kidding you. I'm not making this up. This is from Maury's mouth. These are the names of a couple of his drinks. What adds insult to injury? Oh no, they're cocktails. Yeah. So most of them are made with vibrantly colored ingredients, but they end up leaving folks disappointed. I mean, they're already pessimists. I don't even know. Because of their harsh taste and disgusting color when mixed. So he wants to keep them negative and gloomy. Cause how I'm gonna go to your cafe and I'm thinking I'm gonna be around my people. And yeah, you don't want me to be happy because I ordered this drink called on my birthday. My mom sent me a melon from the countryside and I didn't have the heart to tell her that I don't really like melon very much anymore. I ordered that and you give me this nasty old thing. So, you know, I guess he's staying with the theme. But even though, like, just because somebody's a pessimist, it don't mean that they want a nasty drink. But I guess if you got a good drink, then like this, like having to say this whole name of this drink, and like I would continue to be negative. I would continue, especially since you brought this nasty thing and you tricked me because it looks real pretty. And yeah, I'm not gonna come in happy, and I'm not gonna leave out happy. No. So I guess he met his goal. Let me finish this up, and I will be right back. So here is the finished look. I'm sorry there were all those stories. I just get on a roll, and here we are. Well, I hope that some of this was helpful, and I also hope that you're continuing to take care of yourself. I would love it if you liked the video, and I would love it even more if you subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.